Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. The development of global semiconductors has always been centered on China and the United States. In the past, the United States provided technology and the Chinese market consumed finished products. However, since the implementation of the chip rule, the market has ushered in a reshuffle. The United States supply cut can only force China to become independent. In the past 4 years, the Biden team has upgraded the ban many times, which has also caused a disconnection in the global supply chain. As long as the companies deep in the supply chain are not spared, it seems that only Chinese companies are targeted on the surface, but in fact, American companies are the most hurt. In order to balance its own heart, the United States began to transfer the losses to international companies. In the process, ASML, TSMC, Samsung and other companies with monopoly technology have also become the biggest scapegoats and have become the main force to restrict Chinese semiconductors. Global semiconductors have fallen into a state of high tension. Many companies are weighing how to stand in order to maximize their interests. However, since semiconductor technology originated in the United States, basically all international companies cannot get rid of American technology. This has also led to many companies being forced to stand in the United States and cut off high-end products to Chinese companies. Under the operation of the United States, China was completely angered and began to build an independent supply chain at full speed. Under the leadership of Huawei, the whole system was built. The return of Kirin 9000S also directly confirmed that China has the ability to produce 7nm chips. Due to concerns that it could not continue to ship to the Chinese mainland market, the Dutch semiconductor giant began to give up standing with the United States. Dutch semiconductors leave the US team. After China became the world factory, a large number of overseas companies rushed to build factories. China also has the most complete supply chain in the world and is also the world's largest chip consumer market. The Netherlands has made a big mistake in ASML shipments. This time, facing the local giant NXP's factory building, they gave high support. According to Dutch media reports, semiconductor giant NXP has reached a cooperation agreement with Taiwanese companies to establish a semiconductor company called VSMC. According to the preliminary plan of both parties, the company will build a factory to produce 300mm silicon wafers to provide basic materials for subsequent automotive chips. The executive vice president of VSMC publicly responded to the reason for doing so, based on the increasingly intensified Sino-US technology game. The chip production methods have to be diversified. China's electric vehicle and telecommunications industries are the best in the world. Building such a factory is to expand the supply chain, so as to provide more effective help to Chinese customers. Dare to respond to the words exclusively for Chinese supply chain under the pressure of the United States, which has already explained the position of this Dutch chip giant. The Netherlands had previously hesitated on the issue of shipment, which led to ASML being completely controlled by the United States. Now NXP's move will definitely be recognized by many Chinese companies. With China's external supply chain cut off, NXP's actions can be said to be a timely help, and this company already has many customers in China, including Weili, Lingpao, Ideal and other companies in the new energy field, covering chips including central real-time core control system, battery management system and other core components. Although NXP did not stand with the United States, but NXP's factory address was not in the mainland market, but in Singapore. In the past, this company also had factories in China, but they were basically packaging and testing factories, and had never had front-end manufacturing. Logically, to serve mainland customers, this factory should not be located in Singapore. What is the hidden story behind this? NXP's annual revenue exceeds $10 billion, of which the Chinese market accounts for 33%. If it loses the Chinese market, the consequences can be imagined. Not setting up factories in mainland China obviously does not want to offend the United States too much, and it can also keep a certain retreat for itself. Even if the United States requires a supply cut in the future, it will not be a waste of talent. But now China's three major associations have spoken out, cautiously purchasing American chips, which means that if NXP cannot get rid of American technology, it will definitely be restricted in the process of shipping to the Chinese market in the future. But even if there are chips that can be imported, China cannot take it lightly, and still has to focus on independent research and development. What do you think of this?